Phew.
Louis, are you all right? What's going on? Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes! I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly.
Am I going crazy or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
I have been involved in all sorts of unsolved cases. Have you ever heard of the Abbey of Hexham?
Vaguely.
An ingenious scam involving mass manipulation on a scale never seen before.
There was a cavern under the abbey, wasn't there?
Exactly. The wind would blow in through spouts, creating a terrifying howling sound. So, to stop the howling, the priests called for offerings from the peasants.
And if they brought enough money, I'm guessing the priest stopped the howling. A perfect trick to fool simple souls.
Admit it, Duchess. That story kept you in suspense, didn't it?
Yes, it did. I'm delighted to find out that you were the young and brilliant French investigator.
For someone who only remembers the case vaguely, your memories are very clear.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
How could I forget a woman such as yourself?
A woman such as me? What a sweet talker you are. Remind me of how we met?
Don't you remember? We bumped into each other at Mesmer's show in Paris. That fraudster had even bamboozled the Marquis of Lafayette.
You too, apparently, because I've never been to see him.
Ouch. Well, that didn't work.
Right, time to go to the manor.
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Emily, please excuse my insisting, but you still haven't answered about my mother. Do you know her?
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richet.
Monsieur de Richet, delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But Sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location. But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Did anyone see anything else?
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights were seen by servants of the manor, sir. And as I was saying, sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed anything at all. We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials S.D.R. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here. Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Pass me the handkerchief.
But sir, my orders were to give it to my master.
Are you refusing to give me my own mother's personal belongings? Even though she was greatly looking forward to meeting your master, she's gone missing. And you seem incapable of finding her.
Oh, but sir, please.
And to top it all off, you refuse to give me the handkerchief that she so often let me use? Do I deserve such little consideration in your eyes? Is that what you wish me to report to your master?
No, certainly not, sir. Please forgive me, sir. I have been such an idiot. Here you are.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf? There's no way I'm leaving without finding out about Mother. Never get it open barehanded. There we are. This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty. I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful. This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels. Uh-huh. What have we here? It's cannon powder. The powder's wet. Not surprising, given the dampness of the dock. It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but
it's a waste. Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find you, dear mother, and quickly too. A fragment of amber. Wooden floorboard. Probably comes from this part of the wharf. The wood is slightly eaten away, of course, but it still would have been fine if it weren't smashed. Probably comes from this part of the wharf. The wood is slightly eaten away, of course, but it still would have been fine if it weren't smashed. Hey, there's something not right about this floorboard. It's different from the rest. Shit! It's not coming up. I'll never manage it barehanded. I need something to lever it with. Somebody replaced it recently, but looks like it's fixed pretty solidly in place. It's going to be tough to rip it out of here. Honey, the remedy of the gods. Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away. Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder. This might just come in handy. A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any. Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time. Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look. Address is 50 Bedford Square, London. It's too badly written, I can't make out the address. A letter written in an Oriental language. I haven't the slightest idea what it says. The addressee's in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the Order sent some envoys there. Probably a Dutchman. This envelope is meant for the Vatican. Apparently this letter is meant for Pope Pius VI, born Giovanni Braschi. I wonder which one of these people is influential enough to write to the Pope in person.
Samuel Ritter d'Auchois. Mother, you test me even when you're not here. It's an anagram of Louis Moras de Riche. You wanted to write to me then.
Let's see what's inside this letter. So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Riche.
what is your game here, Mother? What are these strange turns of phrase? Never heard you speak like that. What's going on here? That you write to me under a pen name, okay. But here you go even further, by trying to avoid raising any suspicions should anyone else read it. I wonder if this Godoy is the person you came looking for. Think! Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does that name sound so familiar? I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me. This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough. That does it. Let's see what's hidden inside.
There's a book and also a bag. The Mysterium Cosmographicum. I know that book well. Mother used to read passages from it to me all the time.
And judging from what I can see, it's the same one as hers. For crying out loud, what's happened to you, Mother? Let's look inside the bag. A little food, a few toiletries, a small key, and some kind of black powder. Some fruit, a piece of bacon, and some bread. The fruit's still firm. And the bread's a bit stale. From the smell, this food's been here roughly 2 days. And if it's rationed, there's enough left to last 2 more days. Shit, those are definitely my mother's things. I recognize her hairpins. This bag smells of her perfume. A piece of soap, some oils, and her powder puff. What does all this mean? The bottom of the bag is covered in black powder. And judging by its consistency, it's the same type of powder that I found earlier. This just gets better and better. An iron key completely rusted. You never know. It might be useful. I hope Mother wasn't counting on it. Right. Just in case, I'll take it all. I'll give it back to Mother when I see her. So, let's go through this. My mother's been hiding pieces of bread between the rotten boards of the wharf in the middle of the night. That's not normal. And if that weren't enough, it looks now like she's armed. Meanwhile, she also takes the time to send out letters, reassuring whoever might be interested.
Latin inscription. En nessis, mi fili, quantilia produncia mundus ergatur. You don't know, my son, how little wisdom the world is governed with. I tend to agree. How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop? Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Ricci, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance.
Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Listen, trust me, sir, and give me the letter. I'll take care of everything.
I appreciate your devotion, my son, but no thank you. Being hasty very rarely solves anything.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
My mother and I belong to the same secret organization, the Golden Order, which I joined a few years ago. Mother trained me, and I assist in her research. In other words, you can trust me.
My child, you are telling a perfect stranger that you and your mother work for a secret society. It would seem that discretion is not one of your specialities, my son. You will understand that it does not encourage me to put my trust in you.
Shit!
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Look, you seem hesitant. The simplest thing to do is just to give it to her when you see her. After all, it's not that urgent.
Yes. I mean, yes, it's urgent. I mean, what if we don't find each other here on the island?
Though I don't know yet when I'll be leaving. I might not be staying for very long. What to do? Can you see a solution?
Come on. Just give me the letter for crying out loud.
I cannot run the risk alone. I am going to trust you. You seem like an honest man.
Bingo.
Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur Deriche. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains. Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men. Open to Brutus's page. Caesar, stabbed by multiple blows at once, sees Brutus raise the dagger on him. Then, covering his head with his robe, he delivers himself to the arms of the conspirators. Nice family. Let's keep it. Might come in handy someday.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Good Lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the Order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision. My vision is more important. Let's follow home.
I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Holm. I shall see you later.
My friend, I hope our dear Giovanni is well.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear. He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was, too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend. You look rather pale. Excuse me, sir. I have been neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Holm, an old friend of Lord Mortimer's.
A real pleasure, sir.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you. Would you have any information about the disappearance of my mother?
Very little, I'm afraid, my young friend. Your mother came at the invitation of Lord Mortimer. Then one fine day, we couldn't find her anywhere.
That's it?
As I said, I don't know very much. Lord Mortimer had the entire area searched immediately. We found no clue as to her disappearance. But I am convinced that as soon as Lord Mortimer becomes available, he will explain the situation.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Holm. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met?
Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you are mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. What with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother.
I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Do you know if anyone else has gone missing recently?
Not at all, sir. It's as if Sarah has purely and simply vanished into thin air.
That's right. Just take me for an idiot, why don't you?
Not even a servant, then?
Not even a servant. I can assure you, we would have been informed.
Keep your faith, my son. Only the celebrated Sara de Riche could vanish before our very eyes, and she will reappear. You will see.
No!
Elizabeth! I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Let me handle this. I'm used to this kind of thing. Miss, can you hear me?
Leave me.
Slight arrhythmia, nothing too serious. Do you often feel faint?
Leave me alone.
Yes, Elizabeth suffers from poor health. Her fits are part of her daily life.
I would guess it's more like an anxiety attack, as if something had suddenly terrorized her. She reeks of laudanum, though. Are you receiving any regular medical treatment, miss? Miss Adams, are you receiving any medical treatment?
No,
I don't know what you have to be afraid of yet, miss, but trying to drive out your demons with drugs won't do much good.
Can you tell me something about her? She needs a doctor. Why precisely is she here?
Well, she's the daughter of one of Lord Mortimer's friends. He sent her here so she could be helped.
I didn't know Lord Mortimer was a doctor.
Not in the sense you understand, but he has been practicing alternative medicine for a very long time. The poor child has already been treated by all the medical doctors her father could find, but no one has been able to cure her. Elizabeth is beyond the reach of traditional medicine, Monsieur de Riche. Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
let me... I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead. You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
I segni della bestia.
Sorry, Your Eminence. I don't speak Italian.
Forget it. It doesn't matter.
Gentlemen, it's getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities. Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Sir Holmes, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room? Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy. Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Biaggi's trust. What should I do? So, it really is a list of French countrymen. Biaggi wasn't lying.
Wow. Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Carmelite water.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
De Richet can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, come, take a seat, my friend.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
I'm coming.
Dear Monsieur de Richet.
Inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices. The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance. The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on, but golden elixir. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all you. St. Francis of Assisi in ecstasy. Before Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son. There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it. There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richet, to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on, but doesn't touch.
Dear Monsieur de Richet.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
I bumped into her in the small salon before.
Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least, I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Sir, I don't feel well. I'm going to have to decline.
I see. Well, I hope you won't be needing my help one day.
I must act swiftly. I'll search my room later. Louis, you're straying from your objective. Louis, you're straying from your objective. Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Huh, that's me.
I recognize this part of the corridor. I'm close.
Good evening, sir. I'm sorry, but an important meeting is underway. My instructions are to let no one pass.
Tell me, my good man.
Sir?
Listen, I'm an insomniac, and Sir Holm told me that you could go to the kitchen and make me a cup of herbal tea.
And what is in this herbal tea, sir?
Holm gave Washington a recipe for a sleeping draught. What was it again?
Ginger, red pepper, and cloves?
That's not it.
Whose room is this?
A guest.
Apparently a French soldier. All right.
Perhaps I should change my approach.
I have an urgent letter to send.
My instructions are clear, sir. No one is to enter.
Does the word urgent mean nothing to you?
Yes, but the word liar also means something.
That won't work, Louis.
Monsieur Jacques Perru?
I don't recognize anything in here. This must not be the room for my vision. The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. A pattern with 4 circles. Dear Monsieur Perru, I'm writing.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
A letter addressed to the French Revolutionary Court. He wants to show them his loyalty, and for that, he includes a list of guillotinable people.
Women, children, precautionary beheadings? This man would kill them all. This man's ruthless.
fine quality boots. Given the size of them, the man they
Dear
belong to
friend.
must be pretty big.
Decorum guide.
That's not the right way.
Servants put clean laundry here. A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia. Servants put clean laundry here. Great. Honey.
A letter addressed to the French Revolutionary Court. He wants to show them his loyalty. And for that, he includes a list of guillotinable people.
Women, children, precautionary beheadings? This man would kill them all. This man's ruthless.
The Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem. I think that Mortimer... Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the Western Wing.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Nice decor for a Revolutionary Tribunal judge's room. Tell me, my good man.
Sir?
Locked.
Servants change the beds every day. There must be a service key somewhere. Servants change the beds every day. There must be a service key somewhere. Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy.
Huh, that's me. Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Louis, you're straying from your objective. Servants change the beds every day. There must be a service key somewhere.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
A drachma.
Sir Jacques Perru. The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. Guess my room is not that bad.
A letter addressed to the French Revolutionary Court. He wants to show them his loyalty, and for that, he includes a list of guillotinable people.
Women, children, precautionary beheadings? This man would kill them all. This man's ruthless. The Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem. I think that Mortimer likes to play Dear Monsieur Père. All right, I've retrieved everything.
Fine quality boots. Given the size of them, the man they belong to must be pretty big. Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris.
It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it.
This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around. Fine quality boots. Given the size of them, the man they belong
Dear
to must be
friend,
pretty big.
Please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais and will take you to Dover in England. From there, a carriage will take you to the port of Tintagel, where a frigate will be waiting for you and other guests, so you can meet up with me on my island as quickly as possible. I await your arrival. Lord William Mortimer.
fine quality boots. Given the size of them, the man they belong to must be pretty big. That's not the right way.
Tell me, my good man.
Sir?
Let me through. I'm in a hurry and they've already begun.
Sorry, sir, but no one is permitted to enter.
First, you delayed me at the dock. Then, at the buffet, you spilled red wine all over me. Then, you put my luggage in the wrong room.
It wasn't me, sir.
Don't try to trick me with the mask like last year. You've taken a dislike to me, and I don't know why, but it's too much. Let's pay a visit to Sir Home right now.
I beg you, sir, please enter. My apologies, and I hope the rest of your stay will prove satisfactory.
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier. It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade.
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to...
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
I can't hear anything here. I've got to find another spot.
The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur. Hannibal crossing the Alps, another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room, and he gets victory after victory?
This window opens onto the balcony. Okay, so that means the other room must be on my right.
Sir, I understand your eagerness, but the pressure on my family complicates the task.
Relax, my friend. Your relatives will soon be safe.
So what I saw in my vision really did happen. Well, I hope I haven't missed anything important.
I thank you so much.
Don't mention it. Now that's settled, let us speak about your support.
Yes. You mentioned earlier some assistance from the Golden Order?
Absolutely. I have concluded an agreement with their leader, Lady Sarah Faustine de Richet.
Another case than Mother...
Sir, I understand your eager.
Tell me about
But
it.
the pressure on my family complicates the task.
Relax, my friend. Your relatives will soon be safe.
So what I saw in my vision really did happen. Well, I hope I haven't missed anything important.
I... Thank you so much.
Don't mention it. Now that's settled, let us speak about your support.
Yes. You mentioned earlier some assistance from the Golden Order?
Absolutely. I have... concluded an agreement with their leader. Lady Sarah Faustine de Richet.
Another case that Mother didn't tell me about.
The funds from the order will finance the building of a foundry in Tuscany. You will soon be able to count on 100 or more cannons for your future campaigns.
I was not expecting so much help from you. When can I meet this de Richet?
Well, unfortunately, something has cropped up. De Richet has disappeared.
Disappeared? What, here?
Yes, but the staff are redoubling efforts to find her, I assure you.
So the agreement, is it on or off?
It is on. Her right-hand man has just arrived here to help us find her. And it is none other than her son, Louis Maurice de Richet. I wager he will ensure his mother's commitments are met.
Louis. Not an easy name to live with in these times.
Of course. But from now on, you will deal with him.
This man, it can only be Mortimer.
Very well. I will seek him out.
Ma'am. I better get away from here.
Louis?
Emily? I can explain.
Perhaps, but remain still.
But first, you could perhaps remove the blade from my throat?
You have 10 seconds to explain your presence here.
I'm not here for you.
What are you doing in my room?
I thought a night stroll would help me sleep better. A servant must have closed the window behind me
And my window was the only way for you to get back inside. Most convincing. What were you really doing on the balcony?
Seeing the window open, I feared someone had entered your room. With what I'd heard next door, I had every reason to believe that... Your life was in danger.
I am a grown woman, but how kind of you to worry about me. Now that I'm safe and sound, tell me more. Has this anything to do with the Order? Oh, yes. Washington informed me you were part of the Order.
You too? You're part of this too?
Yes. Now answer. Do these events concern me? Do they involve the Golden Order?
I overheard a conversation between a French soldier and some other individual.
And what were they talking about?
It seems Mother is involved, something about a military campaign. Apparently my mother validated an order of cannons to help this man.
Really? Since when does the Order finance wars?
As far as I know, since never.
Did they give any details? A date? What they were for?
Nothing at all. Did you know anything about this?
No, but I won't forget. Thank you. All right, Louis, I might have overreacted a bit. Please do excuse me, but next time, please try knocking on my door. I'd be delighted to open it for you.
Oh, well, I'll remember in that case. Good night, Emily.
Good night, Louis.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Here it is.
Thank you, my son. Ah, I see that it's still sealed. I was right to put my trust in you, Louise. Give me 1 second, please. I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't added this name to the list. Please, be sure to give this letter to Sarah the moment you see her.
You can count on it.
Have a good night.
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Huh, that's me.
I'm exhausted. I better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up. All right. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I'd better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
writing material. The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on, but the torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance. Here's something that will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate. The priest's robe, crosses. Must be Piaggi's room. Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage. Oh, this bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round. A Voyage Around the World, the travel log of the explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother?
Found it. A faint sign of the Order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room. Come on, Louis, think. Think. Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She must have used the writing materials. What if she used lemon juice instead? An old trick used to hide messages. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message? Look, markings on the floor.
Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Apart from getting the book dirty, I can't see any use for this. Apart from getting the book dirty, I can't see any use for this. Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice, strong coffee, though. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving. Saint Francis of Assisi and Saturn devouring his son. Again? That's Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with Carmelite water. Damn, I'm making a serious mess here. It's no good. It might have worked if the writing had left marks in the paper, but no. There's only traces of lemon. Luckily, I've only put ash on part of the message. When I was a boy, I used to love making secret messages with lemon juice. Handy for writing them, but useless for making them appear. This room looks unoccupied.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. That wasn't it. Not to mention I covered half the page with lemon juice. Great! Louis. Lemon's used to write secret messages, not to reveal them. I'll have to try something else. Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage. Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice, strong coffee, though. A priest's robe, crosses. Must be Piaggi's room. Nothing. The torture of Ixion, condemned by the... Nothing. I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Dear Monsieur de Richet.
Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying room? I don't see how it's technically possible for one type of ink to reveal another. It doesn't make sense. I don't see how it's technically possible for one type of ink to reveal another. It doesn't make sense. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Well, so it wasn't that, and I've just stained half the page. Ink is always used to write a message, never to reveal one. I must find something else. If a message is written in lemon juice, the flame will reveal it. If a message is written in lemon juice, the flame will reveal it. Well, I think I've searched everywhere. Maybe I should try it out on the book. Aha! It's working! The heat reveals the message. Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. Damn! The message continues, but thanks to me, the rest of the text is unreadable. Great. I hope it wasn't a unique edition or Mother's gonna kill me. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests. That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon. Make haste, my son. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte. The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur. Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room? And he gets victory after victory?
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning your wish to put a strong leader at the head of France. I trust you to be discreet as to your coming. See you soon. Lord William Mortimer.
French actor Talma as Nero in Britannia.
A fragment of amber.
A drachma. Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer, two great army chiefs. My dearest son, a bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier. Sir Jacques Perru? That's the door to Elizabeth's room.
For God's sakes, what happened in here?
A chest with a half-circle pattern. An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible. The note suggests binding the feet and hands, then
blocking the jaws using a piece of cloth to prevent the tongue from being sectioned. That looks like a method to control an epileptic fit. I wonder if Elizabeth is the one being treated for that illness. The note suggests binding the feet and hands, then blocking the jaws using a piece of cloth to prevent the tongue from being sectioned. That looks like a method to control an epileptic fit. I wonder if Elizabeth is the one being treated. For that illness. Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals. A novel of the initiation of a young woman into
June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer matter to you. Father maintains that the secondary effects of your treatment still trouble you, but that they will soon subside. Should I believe him? I cling to the belief that we shall soon see each other again, at long last. Write soon. Your loving sister, Abigail. Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals. Well, let's see what it tastes like. Ugh. I really need to stop tasting everything I find now. A cache. Duke Manuel Godoy. It might be better to take a different stairway.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Hello. You're Elizabeth Adams, aren't you?
Yes, I regret that we haven't been properly introduced.
You had us all worried last night. How are you feeling today?
Better. I was just a bit queasy. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time. Do you really want to know what made me ill? Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer, but she seems to have gone missing. So I'm here to find her.
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you?
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
There's no way my mother just did that to you out of spite. However horrible the things she did were, I've got to believe she did it in your best interest.
Do you have any idea how stupid that sounds? I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they? Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this. Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms. Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny. Fall of the Damned by Rubens. The man who cannot achieve the salvation of God the Father is offered to fall into the depths of the abyss.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that sir would like to know?
Yes. Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
Very well, sir. On the ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the Grand Hall. From the Grand Hall, Sir can access, on one side, the small salon, where the guests like to relax with a good book. From there, Sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the Grand Hall, Sir may access the dining room. That is where Sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, Sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way to access the portrait gallery, where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited. And in the gallery, Sir will also find access to the garden. But Sir may be reassured the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. So, Sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Except for my mother.
Has Sir another question?
What's on the first floor?
The first floor is reserved for guests, sir. That is where Sir will find his private rooms. The main corridor leads around the building. 3 stairways will enable Sir to return to the ground floor. It is also from there that Sir will be able to reach the second floor.
Thank you very much.
Anything else, sir?
Yes. Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
Very well, sir. On the ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the Grand Hall. From the Grand Hall, Sir can access, on one side, the small salon, where the guests like to relax with a good book. From there, Sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the Grand Hall, Sir may access the dining room. That is where Sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, Sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way to access the portrait gallery, where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited. And in the gallery, Sir will also find access to the garden. But sir may be reassured, the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. So, sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Except for my mother.
Has sir another question?
Yes. What can I find on the second floor?
That floor is strictly reserved for Lord Mortimer, sir. In the west wing, on the second floor, are his private chambers. In the east wing are the rooms reserved for Lord Mortimer's personal guests. At the moment, these rooms are reserved for Sir Holm, sir. But only authorized guests may access that area. Does sir have any more questions?
What is outside on the island exactly?
Lord Mortimer has made a point of keeping the main part of the island in its natural state, sir. For security reasons, only the wharves and the gardens are accessible to guests. If sir would like to walk along the wharves, he has only to follow the pathway used upon his arrival. If he would like to walk in the interior gardens of the manor, I would advise sir to pass through the portrait gallery. May I help sir in any other way?
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
A little Carmelite water would do me a lot of good. Could you find me some, please?
Oh, the tonics are under lock and key, sir. Lord Mortimer only allows access to them in cases of emergency.
Listen, I suffer from terrible migraines, and the voyage by boat has brought on my rheumatism. So, unless you have anything else to alleviate the pain, please give me some quickly. Thank you. Oh, and the one from Bordeaux, right? I prefer it to the one from Paris.
Immediately, sir. Here. I hope sir will get well again quickly. Anything else, sir?
I still haven't quite recovered after that boat crossing. Would you happen to have any devil's thorn by any chance?
I am sorry, sir, but the devil's thorn may be just a plant, but it is also a powerful psychotropic drug that causes undesirable diuretic effects. I would advise against sir taking any.
You see, Tribulus cystoides is from the Zygophalaceae family, very rich in nitrates and potassium chloride. It was used in India 700 years before Christ, my good fellow. And I know nothing better to perk you up.
Oh, as sir wishes. Here is the herb, sir. May I help you in anything else, sir?
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
No point in lying, you know. I know full well you haven't got any.
I would never think of lying, sir. I don't believe I am authorized to give it away, that is all.
Amber? Here? I'd be surprised.
Yet I assure you, sir...
No, you're pulling my leg. I don't believe you.
I wouldn't dare to joke with sir.
Yeah, sure. You're just leading me on. I dare you to show it to me, if you really have some.
Well, then, sir, here is a piece.
Ah, right. Well, I'm impressed. Can you lend it to me for a minute?
Of course, sir. Here.
Wow. I can hardly believe it. Well, I have other questions.
Of course, sir. But, sir, I believe you haven't given me back the amber, sir.
What? What amber?
The piece I gave to sir.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. You really ought to look after your things. It can't be easy to come across amber in these parts.
Well, does sir desire anything else?
You wouldn't have a little golden elixir I could use, would you?
Oh, unfortunately, sir, I have orders not to give any of that medicine to any of Lord Mortimer's guests. Some guests are here to follow a very strict treatment. Mixing or combining certain substances would be dangerous for Sir.
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir, and I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend Sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that Sir would like to know?
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps Sir would like to know something else?
Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny. Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny. Fall of the Damned by Rubens. The man who cannot achieve the salvation of God the Father is often...
The Red Room. Look at that. Well, actually, today,
Dear friends, I bid you welcome.
it still happens, and still have this in the UK and Europe.
Monsieur de Richet, allow me to
Our
introduce
judges
our new guests.
use
They
those
arrived
wigs.
during the night. Johann Christoph von
The one who's
Vollmer,
talking, that is,
Minister of Religious
not the
Affairs,
American
close
one.
aide of Frederick
The American one is a
William II, King of
American look, but if you look at your
Napoleon
judges
Bonaparte,
in the United States, they use the same wigs
Revolutionary Army,
as
and
us
Jacques
English
Peroux,
judges
French Revolutionary Tribunal
would do in
judge.
Crown Court
Unfortunately, my friend,
and Magistrates Court. They don't use in Magistrates Court. They use like a little
let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing?
wig
He
at the
tells me to
top,
come urgently,
but
and
in Crown
since
Court
no
they
one
use like a brothel to see, something like that.
It is served every
opportunity missed. I don't know how to do these opportunities, so if you're wondering why I'm missing them, it's because I don't know how to do them. I'll have to have a look and go through the game absolutely again. Ah, right, there it is. Right, here we go.
Surprisingly, no Volner
Right, good. Opportunity, whatever, quick. Right, now I can do it. That'd be good. Right. If you've followed us up right up into this stream, you can read the writing as I'm talking.
My dear Johan, how are you?
Discover immunity. Yeah, basically, if you can subscribe,
He's poorly. The French
that'd be
Revolution
absolutely
gives terrible
amazing.
headaches.
Because it
I
helps
understand.
a lot.
I shall feel better too as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is
obviously
emulated
if
in
you
Berlin, there will always
put
be a
in,
refuge for you in
is it the
London,
bell
my dear.
icon, or like when I come online,
London is much closer
if
to
you enjoy the
Paris than
streams,
Berlin.
and like I get like at least 10 viewers every time I stream, I'll put a camera on if you want me to put a camera on. If you want a camera of me streaming a game, I will put a camera on. But if not, I will not do that. I've got a microphone, all the professional stuff.
Very much so,
That's what I've got, a green screen and all that sort of stuff. I've got all of that. But I'm doing this as basically as basic as it is, but it's okay because of that's the main thing. But as I'm chatting, obviously I've got the
same great varieties as you.
subtitles for you guys to read, and ladies, of course, as well, who watch the stream. Can't leave out the ladies and gentlemen. Everyone say guys or whatever. I know guys is. But anyway, like whoever watches the stream, ladies and gentlemen, basically, yeah. If you could subscribe, that'd be absolutely tremendous. Really lovely for me, and would help me out a hell of a lot. Excuse the pun for that word, hell. But yeah, it would help me and mean the world to me. And obviously that's if you can, of course. Oh gosh, I missed that thing. Right, anyway, let's go and do this. And you know my saying, let's do this. I always keep saying the same words, but it's just who I am. Anyway, I'm for real gamer, and basically it's just the way it is, you know what I mean? Look, I just said it again, I can't help it. You know when you get stuck on these words? Right. And,
I find it hard to believe.
Alright, let's carry on game. It's a very interesting game. We've got to sort of get into it. If we forget about like her chatting, I'm missing out the dialogue and I'm going to mess it all up. Anyway, if you want to subscribe, like and all that, comment. Put below if you, I don't know, if I play first person shooter games, Rust, all those sort of games where you build stuff. If you're interested in wanting to play with me, give us a shout, without a doubt. We may play together. I've seen a bit. Subscribe, comment below, and tell me if you have subscribed to me. That's if you can.
Mortimer is arranged to keep his family out of the harmful reach of Corsican monarchists.
I'm probably saying the wrong information here because I've got it all muddled up.
My mother have apparently agreed to deliver cannons to this Bonaparte.
What? Since when does the Order finance wars? Are you sure?
Unfortunately, yes. And the fact you didn't know my mother made this agreement makes it even stranger.
Thank you, Louis. At least you have taught me something.
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
And you, sir?
It's not a very good view for one, is it? Bishop stroke to side. Obviously, that doesn't happen. Right.
I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take.
And it's all the greatest people in history, actually, in the game, which is absolutely I'm impressed by.
But I must validate the deal urgently. If I want to be able
And I validate the game is pretty impressive as well.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable
I'm a UK gamer. Yeah, any gamer out there. I'm a UK gamer, so obviously you can tell by my lingo, my language, and the way I speak. But it's a rather good game anyway, for what it is from the PS4. Confront start. Here we go.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Surely such an amount will buy twice as many cannons. Don't try to pull a fast one on me. We're both young, but we are not naive.
Please don't be offended. I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were talking about. And I
good.
I have one last question I would like to pose to you.
I'm playing as I would do in real life, actually, with someone. It won't be pulling a fast one on me, exactly.
For the future of France.
Just because we may be rich doesn't mean I'm going to squander my wealth. I'd always have nothing left if I'd done that all my life. That's if I would start anyway.
I think what France is lacking today is a truly strong leader ready to govern her. Someone who will restore her luster, who will propel her forward so once again she becomes a proud nation respected by all. A man capable of both rebuilding the country from the inside and, at the same time, developing exterior relations. Someone with a vision, I think. The right person still remains to be found.
You're right, my friend. I hear your words, and I agree. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Very nice.
Reflections on the Revolution in France.
Lovely.
Mr. Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I too am delighted to have met you.
Very nice. Presentation successful. Thank you.
Friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would
Great.
like to thank
Men there around the table and the ladies as well. Let's gather together and have a speech. That big man on the right-hand corner don't look quite nice to me anyway. I don't know. My wife has completed this game. She got 97% of it done, which is amazing. That was on the Xbox. I am on this, obviously missing quite a lot. She got, she said, "Oh, I've got to watch all the stuff." But she got all that right, obviously. Whereas I'm going to probably do about 40% the way I'm going. But not doing too bad. We're getting out of solutions. But I'm not. Obviously, when I'm chatting, you've got to listen to all the dialogue, because otherwise, if you don't listen to it, obviously, when they ask you a question, you don't know. It's like you're not. It's like in real life, you're not actually listening to important people. These are influential people around the world, popes, prime ministers.
So I raise my glass in honor of you all. My new
and all those people, you know, in the world. President, example, lords, the upper crust of the 1790s, you know?
I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
I told you it's the middle one I keep messing up. Influential people, we got an achievement for that one. If you're wondering how to get that, there you go. There's the achievement. I put it on 30 minutes. I should have it on 20 minutes because then it can be a short and then it would get a few views. But anyway, success. I found my mother's message hidden in the book. I managed to persuade Elizabeth Adams to talk to me about my mother. I met the guests during dinner. I proved to Napoleon to be my mother's worthy successor. I searched Elizabeth Adams' room. I searched Napoleon's room. I failed on, but I dirtied one part. Alternative paths. Next. Level 4. Do we get up to level 5? Yes, we do. We're going to get to level 6 now. So we've got jokes is completed, 2,700. Traits unlocked, 120. Character traits revealed, 200. New characters met, 40. Vulnerable Was it vulnerabilities exploited? 300. Items found? 300. Don't know how it all works. 8 available points. Well, bravo to that. I like. Let's wonder which ones we can get. Let's have a little laugh because I'm from the UK and that's how I used to speak years ago, isn't it? Oh, I don't know, bravo, and sir, and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, like up in the high society, not even the high society really. You go to some parts of London and you walk over to the next road. It could be like middle class people and talk like me. Whereas as you'd go over to the next place and years ago, it was like a dump ground. But now they've got their parking is like underground and all that sort of stuff. They press a little button, a car will pop up through the road because we can't build up in London because obviously you're not allowed to, building regulations, but they found a way around it where you can build below. So a lot of people are building like basically like three stories below the building. So technically they have a snooker room, a cinema room, all that sort of jolly nice stuff. So like say if someone's got a mansion or something in London and it's by like the Queen's place, obviously God bless our Queen, she's not with us anymore. I am a raw sort of person. I follow the ways of my nan and my granddad. My granddad and my nan. My nan used to always look up the Queen and the family, and especially William and Harry and things like that. My nan wasn't, unfortunately, never got to see how William and Harry turned out to be. It doesn't make a difference. Like everyone's different, no matter what money you've got and things like that. Those boys gone through so much, and a lot of people out there have as well. It's just that their life is in the public eye, whereas ours isn't. And I sort of can get that. I sort of can not say relate to these sort of things. You just can't, can you? One really can't do that. But at the end of the day, they're in a different basket than what we are. In a basket, I mean like in a bowl or basket or a different box. Like they're in the golden box where encrusted with diamonds and rubies and emeralds. You know what I mean? Those people in that bloodline is a total different thing altogether. But people go, it's just they're just normal people like you and I, but it's not what you know, it's who they know, and it's what's been passed down through the family, like their mother, what they passed down. People respected her, so they respect the children, and so forth with Charles and things like that. Actually, King Charles, our King Charles now, that guy, well, I'll say that guy. I'm going to just say it like this: that gentleman, our King of England, he is absolutely amazing dude. Right, up in Scotland, there's a place where they live, and basically they own obviously a few thousand acres of land, and he walks without any bodyguards or anything like that. What prince or kings or anything like that walk around without security? This is where people say, oh, they hate him and things like that. We don't hate him, because if we did, people would be out there trying to hurt him and things like that. It's the same with his dad, basically Prince Philip, the Queen's husband. When it's like you heard about him when he had a car crash. Remember, he was driving up until he was really old, and it was only because of an accident. And obviously, because it's I think it was bulletproof, and obviously it was about 12 ton or whatever it is. Obviously, it was bulletproof, bomb-proof. Got to think his relative, what's his name? Mountbatten. I remember these things. I should do, because of if you're from a certain country, you should know your own knowledge of your country, not of other countries. first of all, and then learn the others. But anyway, that's my point of expression of things, or where you live, or where you come from. Know where you are and your roots. I know where my roots are, is where I was born and brought up, and I was brought up to respect people, no matter if they've got money or no money, or if they're on the streets. I still give the person on the street the same respect as I would give a billionaire or a millionaire, and I look at them exactly the same, to be honest. No question about it. That's how I am. And I don't give any loyalty to money, because money is money. And there's not a lot of old school money. There is a lot of old money, but it gets passed through to people who's already, they've never known anything about, like, they don't even, well, it's hard to explain. Not hard to explain, but it's to put it to the point. People who's got families who's like billionaires and run countries and are not political whatsoever. It's like a lot of people don't understand this, like the king and queen and things like that, and even up till today, they don't do politics. Okay, they do not do politics. I don't do politics, to be honest. I hate politics. I'm not into politics. I don't care about politics. And there's some what rhymes with politics, and that's the same as what I think. But anyway, I'm not into politics, because politics causes arguments, and politics is stupid, to be honest with you. A political thing. I mean, we've had wars and things like that, and to be honest, that's why I don't like politics, because of it's silly little people with silly little things, and they get things wrong, and they've got many things wrong over the years, and not pinpointing out any certain people in the world, but you know who's who. And all you've got to do is look up your things. Don't go on the internet or anything like that. Look in books. Look all the way back. Read. Tell me how many books you read. Tell me how many things you've actually looked into. I bet it's not a lot. Like, truthfully, like, say. Do you know what I mean? I could take you into a study room of, like, for example, right, not going to talk about myself here, but for example, me and my partner, yeah? This is, like, for example, right? Partner, for example, been brought up with books and things like that, and, like, I'm talking about books that are pretty hard to get hold of these days. Not just any old, like, rubbish books. These books have been passed down from family to family to family, and it's all about things what, like, literally are written out of new books today. They don't, because it's all like, we used to say lefties or righties or in the middle. I don't care. I live for today, and I live for another day. But anyway, at the end of the day, like I said, yeah, politics is a. They say, oh, money's a brutal evil. No, politics causes a lot of wars, and it's the people, it's the little tiny minded people in politics what literally leverage and change the perception of people's ways, and then cause massive wars, and then the little people then got to struggle to live and survive. Imagine that as your child, or your mother or your father at the age of 70 years old, and you're like in a place where there's not much water or food, and it's very, very hot and sandy, and you've got everything going up into the thing, and then 5 years later you find out that it was not correct. It was not right, but they already said that it wasn't right, it wasn't correct, but they still went ahead and done it. So those people should be put in prison. Those people should be put on trial. But those people got away with it. That's the political system as I speak today. And I'm talking way back in the 90s as well. Go back to the 90s. Go back to even the 70s and 60s. Go back to every war you can think of. You are talking about politics. The only time wars were wars and it was done properly was like probably Napoleon and things like that, and even those wars were like, you know what I mean, when people went to war, it was the kings and queens who sat on boats and actually went with their troops. That's a war. If you sit in a bunker and you let 17, 16-year-old kids go off and hurt themselves, that's a cowardly way of sending people off to their deaths, which is absolutely appalling, and that's why I don't agree with politics. There you go. Anyway, point of psychology, and it's right on psychology there. And basically, learn what you preach. If not, don't know it, don't talk about it, because you'd just be wasting your breath, to be honest with you. But everyone's got don't get me wrong, everyone obviously can do what they want to say. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that people can't say what they want to say, mind. I'm just saying, like, before people say things, they should learn a few things beforehand, because if it's not that, you may say something what is like not correct, and like say for example me, like family and things like that. With me, I say certain things to people, and I say certain things to them on purpose, and I won't. And basically, it isn't truly how my family are. I just say it as just to try and open those people up and see how they are truly. And when I know that, then I can't be bothered sorting them. You know what I mean? But saying that, I'm very, very lucky. A lot of people who come in my stream, every one of them, like great people who subscribe to me and things like that, and people on my PS account, on my Xbox account, all nice people. I'm not just saying that, I mean that. They're all genuinely nice people. I'm on about strangers in the street who I see face to face when I'm out and about. I'm not on about Xbox. I'm not on about PS or Steam or anything like that, computer thing wise. I'm on about in general people in life. Like on the computer, it's a different thing. We all like about a little bit of politics. I chat about it on here, but I'm just saying in general. So like, before you think I'm chatting about it to be on like computers, no. I'm not on about it like that way. I'm on about in real life. You know what I mean? Real life situations when you chat to people, when you're out and about, and people don't quite understand. I find a lot of people on here, on the PS5, PS4, the Xbox One, and the Xbox Series X and S, and Steam, GOG, all that sort of stuff, PC stuff, they seem to be like sort of, bang on it, and you find about 90% of them, they're not into talking about politics, playing a game, because of, it is, you know what I mean, politics doesn't go with gaming, does it? Do you know what I mean? Unless you're doing a podcast and you're like, you know what I mean, but with me, I've got a mixture of things in my streams where I chat about anything, because I can, because it's my stream, and if people don't really like it, I'd like them to say, I don't agree with that or whatever, and I would try and explain to them, just like I just explained. But like, so when someone re-watches this back, they can go, that's what he meant, and hopefully they understand what I was trying to say. Basically, I'm saying about people in general, and I'm talking about like basically, about past events. Like I'm talking like 1800s and things like that. Whatever happened then happened. It's nothing. You know what I mean? You can't blame it on the people of today or any country. What happened back in the 1800s, even 1980? Yeah, I'm talking like even 1990. You can't really like blame things on people back to the 90s because of that was a different people. And obviously, if they're still alive and they did really do wrong, yeah, they deserve to be looked into. And I don't know, like say I can't say anything for examples because I wouldn't anyway. Number one, and number two, it ain't my business because it's a gaming channel and not a like a government sort of thing, like talking about all those sort of things, you know what I mean? And war. I'm just saying war in general. This is like basically, I was just saying in general, there's a really important people in this game, and it's like really weird, isn't it? We got like generals there. We basically just like in a kind-hearted way. I'm just saying that look at this generals there. There's a Napoleon there, for example. And basically, it's just like it's like a Sherlock Holmes sort of game, but with things. It says, "Oh, it's like true story." No, it ain't true. Yeah, it's a true story because those people did exist. That's the only true story about it. And this is all made up, obviously. None of them ever met. There is societies, of course there is. There's always a society. Why do you think they make games about it? Because of like. They can make great games out of things like that because they can make things what people have written about in books and then films and go all the way along. And it's the same with wars. Like people make movies, don't they? And they add stuff to it which never ever happened, and people get to believe that. And then they go along with like what went on in a film or whatever, and like mafia and things like that. None of it's like, a lot of it ain't real, you know. And this is why I say to people, read proper books from like years ago. Stuff that's not been pillaged and pages was been ripped out. I mean, not viciously ripped out. I mean, like a lot of new books today, they've taken a lot of stuff out and they've rewritten stuff, and they've done that, and it's been known that they've done that. And as obviously a book gets older, it gets rarer and rarer, and before you know it, there's not a lot of copies available of a really good book. A really, really good book, you'll find it's rare to get hold of. Whereas really rubbish books, you'll find thousands of the things in a warehouse somewhere, stuck in a corner, with a load of other, like, useless books. But a useless book to you and I might be a very good book for someone else. Whereas they may come out in full force in probably 10 or 15 years' time, and it might be like, we missed that there. Whereas, like, yeah, it just happens, doesn't it? It's just like life is in general. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, tell me your thoughts on a game. My thought is showing you about like the politics and about war and about basically he's trying to find his mum. Trying to find his mama, his mummy, yeah. I still call my mum mummy. And my dad, I used to call him daddy or dad, papa. No matter, it's your mother and your father, and that's the main thing. No matter how hard and ruthless they were to you, mothers and fathers do that for a reason. It's to keep you strong. Especially if you're a man, they want to keep you man. They want to keep you strong like a man, like the old days. But obviously, everyone's got different ways of doing things. And I'm glad that I was brought up the way I was. My dad was very hard, and he was a man's man. And he was around people. A lot of people wouldn't like. They would tremble in their boots to be around. That's for example 6. Literally, seriously, and they weren't like idiots. They could like get houses and things like that, and made things possible. Make houses even. If it come to it, they would go and make a house with their hands and like break their back. If they wanted to do it, they always succeeded in doing it. A lot of people do say this, but they're the bull because of. Well, anyway, it might not be, but like I know from my experience of looking back at like everything what I'm looking back, and I'm not that old, and yeah, I've seen a lot from my years. A hell of a lot. I've seen more than probably a lot more people. Anyway, let's get on with the game. If you've enjoyed the game, please give it a subscribe and a like. That would be absolutely amazing. Like I said with the politics stuff, that's people in general, when you chat to people, politics can be in many, many factors, and that could be a politics of walking down a shop. It could mean all sorts of things, you know. Anyway, we could like make a book about this where we're chatting about it, but we're not. We're gonna play the game. Right, assign your points, and that's what I'm gonna do. I hope you like the game, and let's get on with it. So, right, I don't know, it's trying to rhyme it together. Right, I hope that put a smile on your face. Right, here we go. Let's do it. Oh, one more thing. It's not what you know, it's who you know, okay? Treat others how you like to be treated as well. That's the last words I'm going to say from that point of whatever we're chatting about. So anyway, let's get on with it. All for fun, having a laugh, and basically just sort of like, it's in gist of talk, you know what I mean? Gist. It's the gist of saying things. That's all. Not actually meaning it, gist of saying it as in, look, just. But I hope that you're all doing well today. I hope you're doing wonderfully well. I don't care whatever you believe in or whatever. I love you, and that's the main thing. And if there is a God, there is. Look, I'm not a very spiritual person, but I believe there is something more higher than what we are here. And there's a lot of things. There's another thing as well. It's like with that as well. With spiritual. Standard it, you know what I mean? So anyway, Harry, thank you for coming to the chat. How are you, my old mate? How are you? What did you just say? I don't know what you said. Hello? Who spoke? Well, anyway, let's get this going. Right, here we go. Otherwise, I'll be rabbiting on like a right old crap for ages. Right, we got erudition, benefit from sound, cultural background, arts, history. Get people to act in your own interest. Yeah, I bet that. Benefit from sound culture right there. What's the best ones? I know there's a good one. Logic. Use your logic, mind, and your talents. Yeah, I bet that. Agility. Use your coordination against your surroundings, sometimes against people. Right. We want conviction. Convince people the sheer force of your will and attitude. Wait there. Right, we got politics. Express your grasp and gradual situation, national interest and relations. Adopt imperfect behavior for every social situation. Also use to formulate flattery and further. Okie dokie. We got 1 point left, and we got subterfuges. Discreetly store items, pit locks, and notice falsifications. Right. Go me, son. Jack of all trades. There is our Chivo points, and we got battle hardened trophy as well.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. gotta find the place where all eyes size you up.
Right, rules of civility and deceit behavior. Exercise good manners intended for the Jesuit College of the Flesh. Let's go for it. Hey, I got one. I went right there. I got a skill point. I don't know. Right. Fine Bridge 7078 every relating the entrance of the young lady into the society of the 18th century. Oh, we only got one left. I forgot we had to open them up as well. What did I do? Right. Okay. I think I pressed the wrong one, I'm not quite sure, but we shall find out, shouldn't we? Have a little gander, right? This is just like a little test, first time I played on this. So. Like I said, my wife completed this 97%. She probably could have done more than that, but she goes through she looks in every crevice and corner and everything in games. She's clever at that. She's very clever in those ways. She's completed games. Well, she's done one game, and there was like 1% of gamers have literally achieved the game. I forgot what game it is now, but it's a really hard game and literally goes on for like months.
Seriously, turning Ulysses' companions back into humans.
It goes on for like a week or so. It's like literally so big of a game. I can't remember what game it is now, but it goes on and on. It's like this, but I'll tell you what, it's very confusing. But she managed to do it. She pulled it off, and that was on her account there. But yeah, bravo to her. Like, she absolutely smashed it. Forgot what game it is now. I literally if I remember what it was, but I don't think it's months or weeks, but it's quite a long game. Just put it that way. I'm just saying, for example, probably is that I am exaggerating, not probably. I am probably more than likely exaggerating, but it is long, like
dining on ham,
proper long, man. Do you know what I mean? There you go. Look, that's my old chat. You know what I mean, man? Right, here we go. It's playing about it, by the way. Right, here we go. Right here. Right here, gone. Come on, let's do this. Boop, boop.
Dining on ham. Well, that's very appetizing.
Yeah, sure does, my old mate. Right, grab a bit of that. Item added in inventory. Keep with an occult. Score to that. But we should have spoke to the mush. But there's a book. Cool. This is a library. I was going to say to you. Anyway.
Golden elixir.
Don't worry about us. I was going to say something about books. Doesn't make any difference.
Great. Honey.
All what matters is what I know about us. I explain myself.
Pages out of an old encyclopedia.
I got murder for it. I say things and it's like that really make a difference for other people. It shouldn't. It doesn't really, does it? Wait there. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. What do we do, man? We're doing. I doing, fool. I'm joking. Sometimes I might say. Right, let's have a look. We can have a gander in there. Seriously. I hope I don't lose any progression, and because I should have spoke to him, really. It says talk to him, but I didn't bother, did I? So, we are. Could have done, but we can go back. Oh, look. You know those sort of pictures, yeah? Well, I ain't got no pictures of that, but that one over there on the left-hand side, it was just gone past a lady in it. My mum had pictures of that. Alright, not that size, but half the size of that. And I got one here of us all together. And that sort of frames as well. That's a lot of money. Like it's all gold leaf. That's the sort of pictures. It's all like family pictures though. It's not like art. It's like pictures of family and all that together. But
Liberty.
everyone's their own. But my mum and all that, yeah, she bought that back in
regarding the
my
declaration
gosh,
of the rights of
80s. My mum and dad did.
That's the least you could say.
But they worked their asses off for what they got back in the day. My mum and dad was both business people. My mum was more business orientated than my own father, believe it or not. My dad was very successful.
Regarding the declaration of the rights of
But without my mum, he would have got not a lot. He would have still got things. My father.
Celia. That name means nothing to me.
My dad could have sold sand to the sand to people. You know what I mean? He could have sold sand to the you know what?
Golden elixir.
Just a little saying. Let's grab these things anyway. Talking old jelly flop. Wow. Yeah. You turn eye. And well do you.
The Medusa.
A Medusa?
A hero armed with a sword?
Medusa! People do.
A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
Sorry, I'm having a drink. Of tea, if you're wondering. Us Brits love our tea. Look, well, actually, wife likes her coffee. I like my coffee too. But I do also like a drop of tea. Even if it's cold, I like iced tea quite a lot, because I'm always drinking my tea quite cold. I make a cup of tea every hour. I'm murder for it. But I'd rather that than have a soft drink. Gonna rot my gums away, you know. But it doesn't make any difference as long as you enjoy it. It's the main thing, isn't it? So yeah, I'll have a bit of tea with a little tiny bit of sugar. And do you have the soft drinks? Yeah, I mean we have well, soft drinks, orange juice. Or OJ, what you'd say in America. Yeah. We have that. Well, I do that. I buy a load of it every week. Well, I buy a fortnight's worth of stuff. And, don't really, we have a drink now and again, we go out, but we go to like live bands and concerts and things like that. I like going to places like that. We go places like that now and again now. And try and eat a nice bit of food, and really don't really like I said, I don't drink as much, but the bad thing I really do is smoke. Yeah, I do smoke. I don't say I'd say to anyone, don't get into smoking. Well, I was about 24, 25 until I started smoking, and when I proper started smoking, it's only now really the last like 10 years, like say good, like 10 years ago, started properly smoking a lot, like a lot more than what I would normally. Like normally I'd only smoke about 1 or 2 cigarettes a day, and people would be like, why would you bother smoking when you smoked? But it was just like, well, I smoke about 3, or let's say like it could be 3 a day, but if I was around like my family, I don't smoke. Like certain members of my family don't, and a lot of them don't. Basically, like I said, it's a totally different like people, you know. So with my family and things like that, they see me like, oh my god, it's like looking at Hollywood actors, like my family. But they keep themselves up together. Like my family are known to like keep very well dressed, nice clothes and nice things, and nice cars and Like, you know what I mean? They do work all their life. But what they do for a living, they do like tree surgery and tree surgeons and stuff like that. And like patios and all sorts of stuff like that. But you're going to see their house, you think they're millionaires, but it's just stuff what they've got over the years. You know what I mean? It's just like anyone, like, you know what I mean? You work for it, and obviously things get passed down by families, and like I said with the picture frames like that, I had that passed down to me. My mum passed away. There was like about 4 or 5 of them. I thought I could go back and get them, but people went in and like basically threw it in a skip, and I felt like ripping my hair out. Yeah, it looked weird in my place because of my mum's place. There's all flowers everywhere, and the Wolseys are like 5 foot. The Wolseys, and it's like in chrome. It's like gold leaf and everything all around it. The Wolseys is like about $2,000 back in the 90s, so I wouldn't know what it would cost today. But anyway, look, I'm just saying for example's sake, so it looks. I was going to go back for it because it's me mum's, and that meant a lot to me because obviously, like looking at all that sort of stuff, it's like little ornaments. I buy my mum. I went out. I bought her like a ornament of a dog, and it was a life-size dog, and it was made in Italy, and I bought that, and that set me back about 800 quid back in like 89, and to get something like that today, made in Italy, and it's got like certain things in it, and it's gold leaf and all that sort of good stuff. Costs a lot of money, man. I wouldn't like to know how much that costs today. Especially like her cats, what she had but passed away. I had them like pictures of them, and someone in Italy done the same thing, done a life size of my mum's cat but in porcelain. And then it's like it's porcelain, and you had like what was it, granite, like really hard stuff to cut into, but it's so like to look at it, it looks so lifelike. It's like, unbelievable. We had a face of my brother done, and we had that done in gold, and I had it on his gravestone. So when I look at this sort of place here, it sort of reminds me a lot of my place. Not exactly like this at all, but like with the chandeliers and things like that, and even the ceilings. Like some of my family's houses are like literally got that sort of stuff. Not as big as that. Well, some of them in America they have because they're bigger houses. But saying that, they do buy and sell cars what you would never believe you would have in a million years.
Reinterpretation of legendary creatures.
And my nephews over there are only young. They're like 22, 27, but made it big time. But my uncles moved over there a very, very long time ago.
Hang on. This version is significantly different.
And they made a success of it in the building industry over there.
Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the
Hydra,
the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Doing something else a minute. I'm trying to find my cigarettes. Where's my cigarettes? Right. I got one morning paper. The Sun. The Daily Mirror. And the Times. Right, That's the paper. Put the weight on one side. On the table right beside me. I put the camera on. Yeah, I went and bought a camera with this system as well, the PS Pro. It's pretty good, you know. It's not bad. I bought that and I thought, why not? I'm going to buy the Slim. And I did. And with the Slim, I got the disc with it. I was ever so chuffed because of for the same price, it came back a disc. And the one I got off a dealer who sells on Amazon. And he chucked it was a disc version anyway. And I said, oh, thank you. And there was someone who never had a lot of money and basically managed to get someone a PS5, a young kid. And I think he was in the States, I'm not quite sure, but managed to get him one and sent it to him. And that was that. Or I think there's two of them, because I think my wife done that as well. But yeah, we've got there's two of them. Anyway, don't make a difference. But I don't say too much about it because of But yeah, it's nice to help other people out who haven't got a lot.
Hang on. This version
Right, trying to read about this and try and concentrate. Sorry.
Always belittled women in society.
That's it, an Xbox S might give away as well.
Chimera, the Hydra, the Gorgons. The sexual
Can't do it all the time, but it's just now in the game we can, you know?
Divert attention from the Gorgon. The hero with the sword
And like I said, if I do pretty well on the channel, I'll be able to give things out, well, it'll be unbelievable to people, but I'm going to have to communicate and comment, because otherwise, I just may as well just give it to the, basically to, well, the best places, if you're going to give anything away, it's hospitals, that's what I do. And if you've got a few quid, and you do a job on this, you do another job, that's like with truck driving, if at like 80% of the truck driving money, or all of it, so you basically retire, let's say for example, that money, you do a truck driving job, and then every bit of that money you do, you put to charity. Terry Gilbert, type that in, Western Supermare, yeah, and it's to do with the council, and basically, a lot of the guys I know do all that. Basically. And that's what is charity. That's what you do for your community. You know what I mean? I'm a community person, and I try to do that. I used to anyway. I haven't done that lately, but back in the day I have. So, you know. Oh, talking about statues now. With statues, you see statues without anything there, and they've been smashed off. It was back in the 18th century. A guy used to smash it off, and then they put leaves around it, and that's the reason why there's leaves around statues, because of he smashed all the things off, the private parts. And when you see like the leaves and stuff like that, they say fake leaves or whatever you call it, basically they had to do that because he smashed all the things off. But back in those days it wasn't disrespectful or anything like that, but because of, I'm not going to say what sort of people did that, but it was certain people who did it because they thought it was not normal. But it, like back, you got to think back in like 2,000 years ago, it was normal to them, wasn't it? Because it's a different like plate eras and things like that. People just were different, you know. It wasn't that they were like horrible. It's just the way they are. It's just the way they were. Do you know what I mean? Just the way things was back in those days. Today, obviously, we live in this day and age, but people don't seem to realise what it was like 2,000 years ago. Basically, the big statues, not the little tiny little things like that, those sort of things you'd be buried with, or whatever, by your whatever it is. I don't know. Look it up if you're interested in that sort of stuff. Anyway, we got to line all these things up, it looks like.
When I see the lantern and the shield, I can't help thinking back to my childhood. Mr. Dorfer, our teacher. As soon as the sun came out, I got a kick out of distracting him with the inkwell by deflecting the light with it. I'd turn it in such a way as to direct a spot of light onto his face, not strong enough to dazzle him, but just enough to annoy him. Hey, what if I tried to annoy the Medusa with the lamp on the shield? Position it just right, and it might work. Now, Louis, it's time to keep a logical mind, as every good scientist should. The aim is to defeat the Medusa, so what can the lantern be for? To light up the Medusa? Hardly likely. The hero holding the lantern will be easy prey, and the shield will be of no use. To light up the sword? No, that makes no sense. So that leaves the shield. I wonder if the aim is to play with the light. If I turn the shield right, the light would be reflected. The ray of light will perturb the Medusa and focus her attention on the best protected hero. Pretty smart. In Greek mythology, anyone who looked into the eyes of the Medusa turned to stone. So the monster's statue must be turned towards someone who can protect their eyes. It can only be the hero holding the shield. In Greek mythology, anyone who looked into the eyes of the Medusa turned to stone. So the monster's statue must be turned towards someone who can protect their eyes. It can only be the hero holding the shield. Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. The section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa. Now, Louis, it's time to keep a logical mind, as every good scientist should. The aim is to defeat the Medusa, so what can the lantern be for? To light up the Medusa? Hardly likely. The hero holding the lantern will be easy prey, and the shield will be of no use. To light up the sword? No.
Light up the shield, isn't it, I think?
So that leaves the shield. I wonder if the aim is to play with the light. If I turn the shield right, the light would be reflected. The ray of light will perturb the Medusa and focus her attention on the best protected hero. Pretty smart. But it also means I have to make sure I get the shield position just right. In Greek mythology, anyone who looked into the eyes of the Medusa turned to stone. So the monster's statue must be turned towards someone who can protect their eyes. It can only be the hero holding the shield. It looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague.
There you go. Here we go. Wow.
Rah! For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
First my room, now here. Stop following me, you're becoming a nuisance.
Wait a minute, You're not implying that I'm here to court you, are you?
Oh, Louis, I'm just stating the obvious. You wouldn't be the first, rest assured.
Yeah, this is embarrassing. The worst thing is it seems to be working.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Oh yeah? So tell me what you're doing here.
Yeah, just like me.
Probably, but I asked the question first.
Well then, we'll pretend you haven't asked me yet.
What about a little gallantry, Louis? Come on, I'm listening. What are you doing here?
I admit everything, madam. You win. I've been bitten by the same bug as you.
I beg your pardon?
We can't resist being where we shouldn't, seeking out our host's little secrets. So, we have that in common, right?
I really thought you were going to answer me this time. Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Cold? You want a rug? It'll warm you up.
I wouldn't be caught dead in that horrible thing.
That's a pity. The gold color brings out your eyes.
And your flattery brings out your boorishness.
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
How did the English manage to get their hands on them?
When someone wants to attract the attention of the world's leading power, somehow the gifts just pour in.
You wouldn't have gone to the Vatican recently.
That's actually true, you know. Actually true. They got a lot of stuff there,
Never
man.
entered my mind.
What's been given to them by very powerful people, even the states. Wow.
Guess what I found?
Imagine finding something like
Older
that.
than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath. I can just see Mortimer dressed in a toga, wearing a laurel wreath, strutting around his manor all day long.
You have a curious idea of Mortimer.
Why? He's eccentric, like all the English are, isn't he?
Well, if Peru stands for French grace, then if I were you, I wouldn't be making that sort of remark.
Well, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Several people have played the part of Mortimer, a part that has been passed down from generation to generation. Different men, but with one sole identity.
An intriguing hypothesis, and yet less twisted than some of my previous cases.
At last, you finally agree with me about something.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? Mortimer's collection is unique, isn't it?
That's an understatement. No doubt he has a major passion for history and fine art. Or getting gifts.
Probably to him for that.
Mortimer does someone a favor,
absolutely love all that stuff I do.
That means he must have helped nearly everybody in the world.
The books and everything else is just like up my alley. That's for sure.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
All that knowledge,
wanted to protect her
my gosh, is absolutely beautiful.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe
If I had the money, I'd have a place just like that. I really would. Seriously, it's just like beautiful, man. My taste. Sort of things I like. I love things like this. I mean, not as big as this, but I mean like, well, yeah. Elegant, taste. And knowledge. Thanks for the burger, Gem. Love you. That's the phone on there.
Amber crystals. You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
I think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. I've always dreamt of drawing it from the stone.
How sweet. You're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Hey, Mortimer is the author of this work. It talks about his passion for art. I found an amazing ring. There's an inscription engraved on it. You're married. Why don't you wear a wedding ring?
You mean wear something just to prove your love? Not my style.
Exactly.
Carry on searching. What is that you found?
That pendant what the lady had, but I failed to get it.
What's going on?
Well, show it.
Nothing.
I mean,
For crying out loud, Emily,
in the
you
game
run
in the very
strategy like
beginning,
your
you
life
know?
depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
as I always do.
I can't trust a man who sneaks into my room in the middle of the night.
Are you really gonna use that against me every time we meet?
It's difficult to pretend nothing happened. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
You trusted me last night. My being in your room was a bit odd, I'll give you that. And you might have taken me for a thief, or worse. But I managed to explain myself, right? Look at us. I wonder what Mortimer would think if he found us here. Let's trust each other, Emily. We are partners in crime now.
That I grant you. I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Pragmatic, intelligent, sure of herself. Her only weak spot is her difficulty talking about herself.
I don't know much about your past, but I'm guessing you had to get by on your own for much of your life. It might have closed you off, and that can be a disadvantage. It might be time for you to open up and risk a little trust. Not every man you meet wants to hurt you.
Yes, you may be right. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Well, one thing is very clear. You're working for someone. You're the dark hand of someone more powerful. Home, for example. You seem to know each other very well.
Why are we bringing home to the conversation? If you knew me better, you would know that I take orders from no one. I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me, but I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is... your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister? Virtually no one even knows. When it comes to getting results, you are very good, I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly. I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for two.
Yes, you can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead, and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir Home and bring back the details so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself, or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do? Excuse me, Elizabeth, but some very urgent business has cropped up. We can speak tomorrow.
No, Louis, don't leave me alone. They've come back.
Good night, madam.
Well, well, Louis, you took your sweet time. What did our poor Elizabeth want?
The real question would be this. What exactly are you doing, Emily, in my room?
I've enjoyed our discussions very much, and I had hoped that we could continue them.
Emily? Have I misunderstood something here? What are you doing in my room?
And for a while now, the question has been nagging at me.
And that explains why I now find you here, in my bed. Go ahead. Ask me the question that's been burning at your lips.
I know your mother was here to meet someone, but I can't figure out who.
Oh, so that's what's been hiding behind all this.
We are both members of the Order, Louis. Let's try to be honest with each other. I have followed with great interest your affair in Paris, in connection with Mr. von Borchardt. You managed to steal something from him, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. And what about you, my friend? What were you and your dear sister looking for here?
Well, our mission was to find out more about that particular book.
And why that one?
Let's just say that the Queen is desperately seeking a way of relieving the King from his difficulties with dementia.
Well, how about that?
This is quite fascinating. But just what did Sarah expect to accomplish here?
My mother came here to find out who von Borchardt planned on selling the book to.
And did she find out?
I have no idea, but I think she thought it would be someone invited to Mortimer's next party.
You mean one of us here now?
That's what I think. It wouldn't be you,
by any chance?
Unfortunately, no. I was planning to steal it myself. Thank you for all this information, Louis. Right, enough chatting. Come and join me instead.
I'm going to say no. I don't think he would he?
I have to go, Louis. I don't want anyone finding me here in the morning.
You're right. Well, have a good night.
Good night. See you tomorrow, rested and ready.
Sure thing. Lord Mortimer?
Monsieur de Richet, at last we meet.
I don't think we have any talents yet, do we? Yeah, we do. There is something else on here. Is it inventory or something like that? I'm not quite sure. You need points for that. We haven't got any manuscripts to equip. I don't think so. We'll soon have a look. Is that it? Seriously, that can't be it. That cannot be the game.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up. Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Waldner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends.
Right, that's the first one. Obviously, I'll have to see how to download the others. But if you liked it, give us a shout and subscribe. That'd be amazing. I'll see you again with another stream. I'm sorry that the rest isn't there. Literally, it said like download it all, and I did, but for some reason it ain't showing up. But anyway, let's have a look and see where the rest is. I'll see you in a bit. God bless and peace to all of you.
What can I say?